Genetics help to some degree, but the most important thing is the mind and the spirit. These two are even more powerful than physical characteristics that are passed on. A quote by Sergeant Nubre. There's a simple but fundamental procedure you must complete before you lift a weight or even set a foot in the gym if you want to achieve your dream physique. If you successfully complete this step, a lean, muscular, and attractive body will soon follow. If you ignore these steps, like most people do, you are destined to fail, no matter what you do or how hard you try. My point is this: of course you have to mind the nutrition and the training. However, if you don't channel your mental energies properly, you are bound to fail before you even start. Since we know what we ought to do, the training and dieting, the mystery is taken off. I'll be the one to tell you this. Bodybuilding is a hard sport. Unless you have passion for it, you'll suffer from willpower, and motivated days and lapses in your program will be the consequence. The big subject here remains self-discipline and consistency. So in this video, I want to share with you how to achieve your dream physique, plus 3 tips on how to stay consistent. Let's begin straight right to the video. I was a skinny guy before I started working out, and frankly, the reason I got started in bodybuilding was because I felt insecure with my body, and I didn't like how baggy clothes looked on me. Just the fact I couldn't wear a sleeveless shirt because my arms were skinny was frustrating enough to get me started. I didn't have money at that time to pay for a gym membership. I resorted to building concrete weights and began training at home. I remember with deep nostalgia, I would come home from work in the evening, set aside my living room in order, which was a single room, by the way, and have my training sessions. I vowed to myself, I won't stop till I see result. I know that's a cliche, but at that time, it was personal, commit to myself, and very real to me. I was in my 20s. I envisioned how I would love to be like in my 30s. Big, muscular, and attractive male physique. Fast forward today, I have been training for over 10 years, and I've achieved a world-class physique and competed and won several bodybuilding competitions, both in Kenya and here in America. What is the moral of the story? I've been where you are right now, and I want to show you exactly how I did it. Tip number 1, you have to visualize your goals. Where there's no vision, the people perish. Visualization is seeing in your mind's eye, or deep within you, your heart, what you want your physique to look like before it actually happens. In the book of Genesis in the Bible, God promised Abraham that he would have many descendants, even though he and his wife Sarah were old and childless. For Abraham to visualize this, God took Abraham outside and told him to look up at the stars and count them if he could. God said to Abraham, "So shall your descendants be." God was trying to show Abraham to visualize his future, his descendants, in spite of his wife's barrenness. It was this vision that was necessary for him to become the father of many nations. Unless you see your future with your eyes of faith, unless you see the physique you want to achieve before you achieve it, you will not achieve your physique. Arnold has used this technique all his life, not only in bodybuilding, but also in his acting and his political life. He's famed for telling the story of how, as a young boy, he used to visualize himself standing on the winner's podium at a bodybuilding contest with all the other competitors standing below him. Arnold saw himself as a success in bodybuilding long before he ever won his first contest. Frank Zane was another successful champion bodybuilder who used the power of visualization to develop a truly iconic physique, one that allowed him to win the coveted Olympia title 3 times, and he did it against much bigger and more muscular competitors. Zane dedicated a whole year of training to winning the title in 1977. He would announce to the world that this was the year of Zane when advertising his mail order horses in the pages of Muscle Builder magazine. He believed in his heart that he was going to win the Mr. Olympia contest, and he saw it happening a year in advance of the actual event. How is visualization important? Once you see with your eyes of faith, something very miraculous begins to take place. It transforms what you see into physical form, because only then you begin to cleanly or being obsessed with your goal and being relentless in your pursuit, because your vision is channeled properly. Your physical form begins and it heeds the direction of your goals. Habits cease to become nagging cause that welcome daily obligations with ease. Just like that, consistency is realized. Tip number 2, set emotionally charged goals. Trust me, when you love something, you don't need motivation. Another suggestion break. Most of the time when I ask people what they want to achieve with their physique, they'll reply with a generic answer like, I just want to build muscle, or I want to get a six. This is good for a start, but that's just it. It will just get you started, but not going. You want to set emotionally charged goals. For example, instead of saying, I want to build a muscle, replace with, I want to build a muscle to compete in bodybuilding before such and such a date. Or I want to get a six-pack and a big chest before I see my garden for the summer. You get the point. Set emotionally charged goals. Goals that mean something to you. Why is this important? There are days when your willpower is drained. A specified goal like that would put your future into perspective and balance it with the difficulty of your current situation. It will give you the rejuvenation of how you felt when you made those goals. And that will keep you fired up, and that will unstuck you from drained willpower. Tip number 3, be specific. Write down, make an aim. Winners do what they fear. Franco Colum, 2 times Mr. Olympia. One interesting thing about goal setting and writing goals, being very specific with your goals, is that only do you specify what you really want, but also you specify what you don't want. Then it becomes clear who you want to become versus who you want to avoid. And then you may think to yourself, hey, maybe suffer the pain of temporary punishment instead of the disgrace of the future, which is permanent in consequences. In conclusion, if you want to be a winner, either in a bodybuilding state or in your personal life, the condition of your mind matters. You have to see yourself as a success. I challenge you to start now. I know your spirit is stirred up, and the best time to start anything is when your motivation is at its highest. Don't miss this prime opportunity of achieving your goals by sweeping off your goals due to lack of inactivity, by taking advantage of the present willingness and taking action when your goals are clear and intense. I mean, if you can't take action now, then when? You are born to win. If you find value in this video, remember to subscribe, ring the notification bell button, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Until next time, peace.